I want to take this time right now to just appreciate that I love the game of basketball. As NBA fans, we are having the time of our lives. Today is game 1 of the 2024 NBA Finals. And you know who's playing? The Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. If you know anything about these fucking teams, this is primetime basketball. Now, I'm not going to make you wait too damn long to know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to say this right now. Mavericks in 6. Fuck the Boston Celtics. Fuck Jason Tatum. Fuck Jaylen Brown. He can't go left. Mavs in 4. Fuck it. And if we're being completely honest, no matter who wins this NBA Finals, we're going to have some uncomfortable ass conversations surrounding rings, superstar status, and the fact that if the Boston Celtics win, it is a lose-lose situation. Like, let's really talk about it. If they lose in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks, then they are a regular season team that won 64 games for no fucking reason. But if they win, if you think that the Mickey Mouse ring conversations for the Lakers in 2020 was bad, it's gonna be even worse for this stacked ass team. But to quickly sum up how we even got here in the first place, let's just go through all the rounds. Thunder swept the Pelicans very easily, not really surprising. Clippers got done up by the Mavericks in 6 games. Again, not surprising. The Timberwolves and the Suns. Now let me tell you something about the series. This is the most infamous series I've witnessed in a long time. You know why it's so crazy to me? Is because right before the series, this nigga Anthony Edwards says,
you know, they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels.
And the whole basketball world was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Fast forward sometimes, and now the fucking Suns are in Cancun. Literally a 4-0 sweep. Bradley Beal said he never got swept in the playoffs, and then he got swept in the playoffs. This was honestly the official coming out party of Ant-Man. So, hey, a 4-0 sweep is just fitting. To round out the West, we got another head scratcher. It was the Nuggets and the Lakers. And while I say it was a head scratcher, we all knew the Nuggets were gonna possibly beat them maybe 6 or 7 games. Nope, nigga, they did it in 5. And honestly, it shouldn't have been 5. It should have been 4. You would think that a team with LeBron and AD on the same team at the same time would blow through niggas in the playoffs like they did in the bubble. Hey man, it's not 2020 no more. This is 2024. Niggas got older, their game got better, the league got better. And hey man, the Nuggets are the 2nd seed. Somehow the Lakers are the 7th seed. Packed them niggas up in 5 games. Jamal Murray had 2 game winners in this series right here. And honestly, the championship run before that proved that bubble Jamal Murray wasn't just the thing. It wasn't just like a facade. It was some real shit. And if I'm lying, I'm dying, nigga. That's tough. Now we'll go move on to the East. In the Eastern Conference, you had the Celtics gentlemen sweeping the Heat. Granted, the Heat had no Jimmy, no Terry. The Celtics got out in 5 games. I don't know why it took 5 games to dispose of the Heat without Jimmy. But you know what? I'm not in the NBA. I can't talk shit. And I will say this right now. The reason why I don't believe in Boston is because they lost a game to the Heat with Jaime Jaquez Jr. as the fucking primary scorer. They lost by 20 points. And I don't know whether if it was game 1 or game 2, but ever since that game, I don't believe in Boston. I don't care that they came all the way to the finals. Fuck Boston, nigga. Cavs and Magic. Cavs snuck away with this in 7 games. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was rooting for the Magic. D. Mitch just had to prove that he was one of the top shooting guards in the fucking game. Maybe next year, Paolo. Bucks and Pacers. Indiana beat the Bucks in 6 games, man. Granted, 6 games is like a standard win for the NBA playoffs, but to dispose of former champions like that is kind of crazy. And they had Dame. Granted, Giannis was injured, and Dame too, but yeah. And my favorite series of the first round, other than the Suns and Timberwolves, has to be the Knicks and the 76ers. Now, I'll say this. I don't know if you can talk about how I talk. I'm from the Bronx, bro. I don't give a fuck about the Knicks. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, nigga. Nets winning the chip 2025. Fuck is you talking about? And that entire series proves to me that Philly chose the wrong nigga. The real MVP for the Knicks is not Jalen Brunson. It's that nigga Tobias Harris. And I'm not joking. That nigga Tobias Harris was playing for the Knicks. Like, if I'm being honest, if it wasn't for Josh Hart being prime fucking Dennis Rodman, if Tobias Harris ain't averaged 7.3 fucking points per game while making $36 million a year, they could have probably been in the 2nd round. But shout out to Jimmy Butler.
Tobias Harris over me?
But this first round of the NBA playoffs was pure excitement. Okay, I don't know about pure, but it was really good basketball. The only real series that nobody gave a fuck about was the Pelicans and Thunder. The next up will be the Cavs and the Magic, but people cared about it because it went to a game 7. But on to the 2nd round. Boston beats the Cavs in 5 games. Again, it should have been 4. They keep losing 1 game. It's another injury-riddled series, but you know what? I digress. They played who they played in front of them. The next one was the Pacers and Knicks. Pacers beat the Knicks in 7, and oh my god, the hater in me loved this fucking series. It was about time that Halliburton proved that he was a fucking problem, man. Oh my god, the trolling was at an all-time high during the series.
Hit him up every team looking. Even take when I'm walking. Hit the way when I'm walking.
Let me make this one thing clear. How many guys the pack? Current crew, a stack, shit, all of them boys got whacked. Black top bunnies and we slide with the abs. Grip on the mash and I let that slap. Shoot man's mum, I shoot his dad. In the head I'm tucked with cards a fucking tiny scat.
For all my bias aside, if the Knicks were healthy, they could have beat the Pacers in 6 games easily, maybe even 5. But for all my friends who are Knicks fans watching this video, I just want to say now, I am not sorry. Fuck the Knicks. All jokes aside, this whole series was a fucking nail biter. But give a round of applause for the Knicks fans, because they were outside after the game screaming Knicks in 8. So yeah, Indiana won in 7. Tyrese Halliburton is God. But on the west side of things, we have the Mavericks beating the Thunder in 6 games. I thought the Thunder was going to win in like 5 games, but Dallas flipped the script like that. But then we have the Timberwolves beating the Nuggets in 7 games. They beat the defending champions after they just scraped the Suns 4-zip the previous round. Last round it was they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels. This round it's they got Nikola Jokic, but we got Naz Reid. Shit got so devious, niggas started getting Naz Reid tattooed on their body. That's what I call a dedicated fan base. And may I say this, Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are some of the greatest backcourt defenders that we've seen in this league. As a duo, they were clamping Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray got put in a torture chamber. I knew this series was over when the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets by 45 points. And that was in game 6 to tie the series. And then in game 7, where they only won by 8 points, they came back from down 20. And this cat putback dunk kind of sealed the deal. Yeah, so far the playoffs has had one of the best storylines it's ever had. But with that being said, on to the conference finals. For the East, we got Boston versus Pacers, and this was nowhere near close. The Pacers got their backs blown out. This shit is kind of insane. And Jaylen Brown was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Not surprising, Jason Tatum's washed. And for the other inevitable sweep, we have the Mavericks and Timberwolves. The Mavericks made easy work of the Timberwolves in 5 games, man. One thing that was pissing me off this playoff series, why the fuck is Cat such a pussy? At one point, this nigga was 3 for 22 from 3 for the series. He didn't want to take one step in and just drive to the paint like a 7-foot power forward. But you know what? Better team won. Can't really be mad about it. And we went through all that shit just to set up the finals matchup of the Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. And just like I said earlier, Dallas in 4. The storyline set up for this finals matchup is kind of insane. Watch this. Can Luka finally get his first chip? Can Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford get their first ring? Can Kyrie win a ring without LeBron? Can Kyrie win a ring against his former team? Can Kristaps Porzingis win a ring against his former team? Can the Boston Celtics be the first team to win 60 games and go to the finals and lose since the 73-9 Warriors? Until the series ends, we'll never know. NBA scriptwriters need a raise, I swear to God. Storylines being generated are top tier, and we need this again next year. With that being said, thank you for watching all the way through. If you liked the video, please like it. And if you like my content and want to see some more, subscribe if you're new, man. It's free. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and see you in the next video.
I get mad and I slide through the backstrip. Smoking on shot, he was liking. E-boy dead in the casket. Most of my ops don't live what they rapping. I'm trying to creep. I'm trying to see where they at. Try to run from the gun, put their beam on his back. Why they acting? I'm laughing. 2 ops dead. I'm in my kind of following them boys that they tough. Run up on me, I'm a op. Catch me an O, get put in the trunk. Slide through course, I'll shoot this shit up. Bugging, busting, zooted. When I'm on a draw, I know what I'm doing. Got the V, I'm the one shoot. We up in no school. Niggas be losing.